At 60, you might feel like the window for achieving financial freedom has closed. After all, retirement is right around the corner, and you might think it's too late to start making big financial changes. But here's the thing, it's never too late. In fact, financial freedom after 60 isn't just a dream, it's entirely within your reach. And the best part? Many seniors are already living proof of that, thriving in their golden years with more financial independence than ever before. Imagine this. You're living your life without worrying about running out of money, taking vacations without the stress of finances, and knowing that your future is secure. What if I told you there are simple, actionable steps that could help you make that dream a reality, no matter where you're starting from? What if I told you there are ways to manage your money that you might not have thought of yet, and some of them are easier than you think? You may be surprised by what's possible, and I'm about to show you how it can be done. But there's a catch. These steps aren't about quick fixes or the typical advice you've heard 1,000 times. They're different, and they could change everything for you. Stay with me, because in this video, I'll reveal the key strategies that could transform your financial future. And by the end, you'll understand exactly how to create a secure, fulfilling future for yourself with a lot more peace of mind. As we approach or move past 60, financial freedom becomes more than just a luxury. It becomes a necessity. But what does financial freedom really mean? Simply put, it's the ability to live without constantly worrying about where your next dollar will come from. It's about having enough money to cover your needs, while still being able to enjoy life on your terms. For many seniors, the idea of retirement brings with it the fear of outliving their savings or having to rely on family for support. But financial freedom allows you to break free from these worries. It means you have the ability to make choices based on what you want, not what you have to do to survive. You can enjoy life, travel, pursue hobbies, and even help loved ones, all without the looming fear of financial instability. One of the most valuable aspects of financial freedom is independence. At this stage of life, independence is something many of us cherish, and the last thing you want is to feel like you're a burden to your children or loved ones. Financial freedom gives you the autonomy to make your own decisions, whether that's moving to a new location, helping out a family member, or simply living a lifestyle that brings you joy. And there's more than just peace of mind when you achieve financial freedom. There's a sense of dignity in knowing that you've been able to support yourself, and the confidence that comes with being able to plan for a future that's secure and free from financial stress. In this video, I'll show you how to make financial freedom after 60 a reality, starting with simple yet effective steps that can change your life. Before we dive deeper into the tips, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. We're all about helping you live your best life with practical advice and empowering tips that are perfect for this stage of life. If you're ready to take control of your financial future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. And if you're already enjoying this video, give it a quick thumbs up. It helps more wonderful people like you discover this content, and it only takes a second. Now let's keep going and get you closer to that financial freedom you deserve. At this stage of life, financial freedom isn't about accumulating wealth. It's about smartly managing what you already have. It's not about being wealthy. It's about having the peace of mind that comes from knowing your resources are enough to support your lifestyle for the long haul. You might think financial freedom means not having to work anymore. But here's a refreshing perspective. For many people over 60, it's more about the freedom to choose how you spend your time. It's about living without the constant stress of worrying whether your next paycheck will cover your bills. Whether you work part-time, engage in a hobby that brings in income, or simply enjoy a slower pace of life, financial freedom allows you to make choices based on what you value most, rather than what you have to do. The difference now isn't about chasing more money, but about managing and utilizing what you've built over the years. This might mean downsizing, reducing unnecessary expenses, or even finding new ways to generate passive income. Whatever it looks like, the goal is to make sure your resources last without compromising the things that matter most. But here's the thing, financial freedom doesn't just happen overnight. It takes a little planning, a bit of strategy, and most importantly, the right mindset. So what's the first step to turning this dream into reality? Well, let's just say it's simpler than you think. Stay tuned, because the next step could be the game changer you've been waiting for. Tip 1. Budgeting. Let's talk about something that might sound boring at first, budgeting. But trust me, this is one of the most powerful tools you can have, especially when you're living on a fixed income or managing your money more carefully. Now I get it. When you hear the word budget, You probably think of cutting back, saying no to things you enjoy, or keeping track of every single cent. But it doesn't have to be like that. Think of it more as simply getting a handle on where your money goes and making sure it's being spent wisely on what matters most to you. Here's a practical way to start. Just grab a piece of paper or open up your phone and write down the things you spend money on each month. Start with the essentials, things like rent, utilities, groceries, and medications. These are the needs. They're things you can't go without. Once you have those down, look at your wants. These are the little extras, like dining out, subscriptions, or entertainment. Those things that make life a little more fun, but they're not absolutely necessary. Now, here's a simple trick. Try to split your money into 3 categories. Half, 50%, of your income should go toward those essentials, your needs. This includes everything from paying for housing, utilities, and food to any medical costs you might have. About a third, 30%, can go to your wants. Yes, you still get to enjoy life. Whether that's occasional dining out, a subscription to your favorite TV service, or a little extra for hobbies. The remaining 20%. This should go towards savings or paying off any debt you might have. Even a little bit set aside each month adds up over time. It's not about putting a huge chunk away right away. It's about consistency. Little by little, you'll be creating a cushion that can protect you from unexpected expenses. Let me share a real-life example. Take Mrs. Thompson, for instance. She's 68, living on Social Security, and enjoys spending time with her grandkids. She noticed she was spending more than she realized on small things like streaming services, extra grocery items, and that occasional lunch out with friends. Once she tracked her spending, she realized she could save a little each month by cutting down on some of those wants, like switching to a lower-cost grocery store and canceling a streaming service she barely used. With those small adjustments, Mrs. Thompson was able to put away an extra $100 a month. That may not sound like a lot at first, but over a year, it adds up to $1,200, a nice cushion for unexpected expenses or a little treat for herself. And the best part, Mrs. Thompson didn't feel deprived. She still had the money to enjoy her life, but now she felt more in control of her financial situation. That's the beauty of budgeting. It's not about denying yourself. It's about making sure your money goes where it matters most to you. The key here is simplicity and awareness. You don't need to go crazy with spreadsheets or track every penny. Just be aware of where your money's going and make small adjustments. Trust me, when you see where your money's actually going, you'll feel more in control and less stressed. And remember, budgeting isn't about deprivation, it's about freedom. When you know your money's working for you, you can focus on what truly matters, like spending time with family, enjoying your hobbies, or maybe taking that trip you've always dreamed of. Now that you've got a handle on budgeting, you might be wondering, what comes next? Well, I'll tell you this. It's the next step that often makes the biggest difference in ensuring your financial freedom. Trust me, it's something you might not have thought of before, but it could change everything. Stay tuned, because what's coming up might just be the game changer you've been waiting for. Tip 2. Maximizing retirement income. Now that you have a better idea of how to budget and manage your money, let's move on to something equally important: maximizing your retirement income. If you're living on a fixed income like Social Security or pensions, it can sometimes feel like there's just not enough to cover everything. But what if I told you that with a few smart choices, you could make your money stretch further and even find ways to boost your income? First things first, take a close look at all your sources of income. Of course, there's your Social Security, but do you also have a pension, annuities, or savings that could provide additional support? Understanding where your money is coming from gives you a clear picture of what you're working with. For example, Mr. Jones, a retired teacher, noticed that he had a small pension, but his main source of income was Social Security. After reviewing his finances, he realized he could boost his income by delaying his Social Security payments until he turned 70. By doing so, he would receive a higher monthly payment for the rest of his life, an extra 8% for every year he waited. It wasn't a huge change, but it added up significantly over time. The key here is understanding the timing and impact of your income sources. If you're not sure when or how to start claiming Social Security or tapping into pensions or savings, speaking with a financial advisor could give you the insight you need to make the best decision for your future. Next, let's talk about how to supplement your retirement income. This doesn't mean taking on a full-time job, but think about using your skills or hobbies in a way that could bring in a little extra cash. Maybe you love gardening and could sell some plants or vegetables, or perhaps you have a talent for crafts that you could sell online. Take Ms. Garcia, for example. She had always been passionate about painting, but after retiring, she hadn't found much time to create. Once she started painting again, she realized she could sell her artwork online or at local craft fairs. What started as a hobby quickly turned into a nice side income that helped her cover extra expenses without a lot of effort. Another option to consider is renting out a room in your home or even your entire home if you travel or live in a popular area for tourists. This can provide a steady stream of income without a lot of ongoing effort. Just remember to consider any necessary paperwork, taxes, and how it fits with your lifestyle before diving into this option. The goal here isn't to work harder, it's to work smarter. Maximizing retirement income is about exploring all your options and finding creative ways to make your existing assets and skills work for you. Whether it's adjusting the timing of your Social Security, picking up a fun side project, or using your home to bring in extra income, there are plenty of ways to boost your financial security without feeling overwhelmed. And as we continue this journey toward financial freedom, it's important to keep in mind that your income isn't just about working. It's about making the right moves at the right time to ensure you're comfortable and secure. Now that we've explored how to maximize your retirement income, you're probably wondering what else can make a real difference in your financial freedom. Well, the next step is something a lot of people overlook, but it could be the key to freeing up more of your money. Stick with me, because this could be the turning point you've been looking for. Tip 3. Managing debt. Let's talk about something that's often a bit uncomfortable: debt. But hear me out, because managing your debt is one of the most important steps you can take to secure your financial freedom. If you're carrying debt into retirement, it can feel like you're always one step behind, right? The weight of bills or credit card payments can leave you feeling stuck. But here's the thing, you don't have to stay stuck. The first step to getting ahead is understanding what you owe and making a plan to pay it off. Start by making a list of all your debts, credit cards, loans, and any other outstanding bills. Once you see everything laid out, you can start prioritizing them based on interest rates or how soon they'll need to be paid off. Take Mr. and Mrs. Kelly, for example. They were in their 70s and had credit card debt that seemed to be growing each month. After sitting down and reviewing their finances, they decided to focus on paying off the cards with the highest interest first while making minimum payments on the others. They also cut back on non-essential spending, like skipping takeout and canceling unnecessary subscriptions, and put that money toward paying off their debt. It wasn't easy, but after about a year, they had eliminated most of their debt, and now they only had a small balance left on one card. The relief they felt was incredible. It gave them more room in their budget to enjoy life, rather than feeling stressed about what they owed. And here's something important to remember. It's not about being perfect. You don't have to pay everything off in a month or even a year. Small, steady steps can make a big difference. Every time you pay down a debt, that's one less thing hanging over your head. You'll have more freedom, more control, and more peace of mind. Another tip to keep in mind is avoiding taking on new debt. As we age, our income often becomes fixed, so it's more important than ever to be careful about where you borrow from. Avoid using credit cards for things you don't need or taking out loans for luxuries. Instead, focus on what's essential. Managing debt is a journey, but the more you focus on it, the more you'll see that financial freedom isn't just about how much you have, it's about how much you owe and how you manage it. And with that, I'll leave you with a powerful thought. Imagine how much more peaceful your life would feel without the burden of debt weighing on you. Now, there's another important piece of this puzzle, something that could help you feel even more secure. But I'll save that for later, so stay with me. Tip 4. Investing wisely. Now that we've talked about managing debt, let's shift gears a little. You might be thinking, I'm not sure if I'm in the position to invest, and that's okay. But here's the truth. Smart investing can play a huge role in securing your financial future. And no, you don't need to be a financial expert to get started. When we talk about investing, it's not about taking huge risks or chasing after the next big thing. It's about making sure your money is working for you, so it continues to grow in a way that fits your comfort level. Let's start with something simple. Understanding the basics. Maybe you have a savings account or some retirement savings like a 401k or IRA. That's great. But what if you could take it a step further, making your money work for you without taking on too much risk? One of the safest options is investing in bonds or dividend-paying stocks. These provide steady returns over time, which can help boost your income without requiring you to make risky moves. Take Mrs. Allen, for example. She was in her early 70s and had most of her savings in a low-interest savings account. After talking to a financial advisor, she decided to start putting a small portion of her savings into a bond fund. This didn't require a lot of extra effort on her part, but over the next couple of years, she saw her savings grow steadily with minimal risk. Another simple option is real estate if you have the means. You don't need to become a landlord overnight, but many seniors are finding success in real estate investments, either by renting out part of their homes or by investing in income-generating properties. This provides an additional source of income, which can be helpful as you manage your expenses. The important part here is finding an investment strategy that aligns with your goals and risk tolerance. You don't have to be a millionaire to make smart investments. You just need to be thoughtful and strategic. And remember, even small, steady investments can add up over time, giving you a financial cushion that will last. So, how you get started? Begin by talking to a financial advisor or simply do some research on safe investment options like bonds or dividend stocks. Start with small amounts that you're comfortable with and gradually build up your portfolio as you get more confident. Investing doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's about understanding your options, making small but smart choices, and being patient. The goal is to make sure that as you age, your money continues to work for you. Investing wisely is a powerful tool, but there's something else you may not have considered, a game changer that can have an even bigger impact on your financial well-being. It's the kind of move that could leave you wondering, why didn't I think of this sooner? Stay with me, because this could be the key to unlocking even more security in your golden years. Tip 5. Planning for healthcare costs. Now that we've covered budgeting, maximizing income, managing debt, and investing, there's one final piece of the puzzle, something that many people don't think about enough. As we age, healthcare costs can be one of the biggest financial burdens. But what if I told you that with a little foresight and planning, you could be more prepared for these expenses than you ever imagined? Think about it. Healthcare isn't something you can predict. A medical emergency, new medication, or unexpected treatment can quickly strain your finances if you haven't planned ahead. But by understanding your options and taking some simple steps, you can avoid letting healthcare costs throw you off course. For example, do you know how Medicare works? If you're 65 or older, you probably already have Medicare. But did you know there are different parts to it? Part A covers hospital stays, Part B covers doctor visits, and Part D covers prescription drugs. Many people also opt for a Medicare Advantage plan which combines all of these benefits into one plan, often at a lower cost. Here's where it gets interesting. If you're not already enrolled in a supplemental insurance plan, you might want to consider it. These plans help cover things that Medicare doesn't, like co-pays, deductibles, and services like dental or vision care. Many seniors find that these plans give them peace of mind, knowing that they're not at risk of high out-of-pocket expenses if something unexpected comes up. Take Mr. and Mrs. Adams, for example. They were on Medicare, but hadn't looked into supplemental insurance. After their friend recommended it, they did some research and found a plan that covered the costs of some prescriptions and medical services they weren't aware Medicare covered fully. This small step saved them hundreds each year and gave them the confidence to handle unexpected healthcare costs without stressing about the financial burden. In addition to Medicare, don't forget to look into health savings accounts, HSAs, or similar plans which allow you to save pre-tax money for medical expenses. If you're eligible, this can be a great way to set aside funds that can grow over time to cover future healthcare costs. Planning for healthcare costs isn't just about having the right insurance. It's also about setting aside funds, understanding your options, and staying proactive. Being prepared in advance means less worry when the unexpected happens. Now, before we wrap up, let me ask you this. Imagine a future where you have the freedom to make healthcare decisions based on what's best for your health, not what's best for your wallet. Doesn't that sound like the kind of peace of mind we all want? We've covered a lot today, haven't we? From budgeting to maximizing your income, managing debt, investing wisely, and preparing for healthcare costs, you now have the tools to start building a financially secure future. But here's something I want you to think about. What's the one step you can take right now that will make the biggest impact on your financial freedom? Is it reviewing your budget and making those small changes? Or maybe it's checking into that healthcare plan you've been putting off for a while. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share your ideas with us. It's never too late to start, and sometimes just taking that first small step can make all the difference. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It only takes a second and helps others like you find this valuable content. And if you want to keep learning, get more tips, and stay motivated in your journey toward financial freedom, hit that subscribe button and join our community. By subscribing, you'll never miss another video packed with advice designed to help you live your best life after 60. Also, if you know someone who could benefit from these tips, don't hesitate to share this video with them. Whether it's a friend, family member, or neighbor, the more we share, the stronger this community becomes, and together we can help each other thrive. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, your financial future starts with the decisions you make today. So take that first step, no matter how small, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore even more ways to make your golden years truly shine.